there's any issues, I'm sure they'll let us know.
Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to the Kinplex tonight, the venue for a Heritage Junior Hockey League battle between the hometown Medicine Hat Cubs and the Mountainview Colts. I'm Braden Malsbury, and I'll be providing the play-by-play for you this evening. And joining me in the booth here tonight is Rob Church. I'm sure you're familiar with him if you've been to many Cubs games here. And Rob, we're going to kind of run down some scratches right now for the Medicine Hat Cubs. Out of the lineup, I understand, Braden Weisgerber, a bit of an injury, and Kyle Funk, who's been great once again this season for the Cubs. Unfortunately, he cannot make the game here tonight as he is working. Also out is Cam Stocks, so the Cubs with a few injuries, but I'm sure they'll be able to get over it. In the lineup tonight for the first time this season, Gabe LaRochelle, and I understand he was playing with the Nipawin Hawks of the SJHL, but he's back, and you know that he'll be fired up for this game.
You betcha. I'm sure we'll see some heavy action here tonight.
And the Cubs come into this game with their 4-4 record. Mountainview 3-2-0-1. And these two clubs actually met up on October 12th. The Cubs skated away with the 7-6 victory. Mountainview, really controlled the play in that game. I believe they had 46 shots on net. But the Cubs, they found themselves down 4-1, but they're able to fight their way back into the game. And talking with head coach of the Cubs, Jason Bartram, before the game, he's expecting this Mountainview Colts team to come out firing, and he said, they got a lot of skilled players, so I'm sure the Cubs will have to be aware of that. And now it's time for the national anthem sung by Sam Scott.
Courtesy of Samantha Scott.
Oh, Canada,
almost ready to go here tonight at the Kinplex. The starting goal is for the Cubs tonight, Cole Schaefer, and for the visiting Mountain View Colts, Connor Flip. And we have to mention this broadcast would not be possible without some great sponsorship. The Beefeater Stakeout Autos are less, and actually if you are at the Cubs game and you pick up a program, you can enter to win a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada, and also the Medicine Hat Lodge. You can also win a two-night accommodation courtesy of the Medicine Hat Lodge. Just come down to the Cubs game, pick up a program, and fill it out. And it looks like we're almost ready for puck drop here. Starting for the Cubs will be Florkowski, La Rochelle, and Keegan Bartram. And Florkowski wins the draw. La Rochelle picks it up in front of the Mountain View bench, and La Rochelle looking good in his debut this season for the Cubs. Keeping it in the neutral ice area is the Cubs, but Mountain View decides to chip it up, but it's picked up by Keegan Bartram. Bartram, he's on the right foot, but Cody Florkowski was not able to get the pass at the side of the net. Mountain View throws it right down to Cole Schaefer. He flips it up to Gabe La Rochelle. La Rochelle chips it up to the neutral ice area. It's Florkowski over to Bartram, but just missed there. And the Cubs with some strut in their step in the early stages of this one. Here's Schaefer. He ships it up to Keegan Bartram. But Mountain View throws it on to Cole Schaefer. He steers it in the corner. Cubs now losing it at the neutral ice area. Mountain View looking pretty quick here this evening. The Cubs do a good job of chipping it out of their own zone, and we have a puck over the glass and out of play, and that means we're going to have a whistle just outside of Mountain View territory. And Rob already, the Cubs come out firing in this one.
They're bringing, you betcha, they're doing what they have to do.
Tanner Barton behind Cole Schaefer, now starting out of his own zone. Barton looking for Sean McGuire, but nothing doing. Goes back to the point for Kyle Grant. Grant throws number 15, Brandon Steyer. He's in Mountain View territory behind the Colts net. Puck now in the corner. Fighting for it is Brighton Wagner and a few other Cubs. Can't quite see the sight line down there. Picking it up is Brandon Stahl. He throws it back to number 11, Cole Stevenson, who throws it in the corner. Chasing after it is Tanner Barton. The Colts pick up the puck, though they throw it to center ice, but the Cubs do a good job of almost clearing it out, but it's back in Cubs territory. Chasing after it is Colby Sadler. We mentioned he might be a game-time decision, but looks like he's ready to go here this evening. Colton Anderson had the puck, and it goes back to the point there for Nicholas Milich. And now with the puck is Tanner Barton, tries to flip it out to the neutral ice area. Ben Fury with some fancy moves, elects to throw it into Colts territory. And it's broken out by Kyle Goldade, but the Colts pick up the puck once again. No shots on goal as of yet, and the Mountain View goaltender, Connor Slip, is just going to cover up the puck, and there's going to be a face-off to his catching glove. And out there for the Cubs right now, number 21, Ben Fury, taking the draw. Fury lining up, he wins it back to the point. No one is there. Chasing after it is Ray Pulvermacher. Pulvermacher throws it off the boards all the way down the ice. The officials saying no icing. And with the puck now is Dennis Lawrence. Throws it up to center. Pulvermacher has a lot of time. He elects to throw it up to Mitch Heller. Heller dropped it off for Kyler Goldade. Goldade in the corner now. Working it. It's Goldade out front, but the Colts break it up. It's number 22, Colton Anderson with the puck. Has a pass, but just going to hang on. And, that was a great play by Colton Anderson. He had the pass, but Cole Schaefer looking calm, cool, and collective in the net. Just hangs on, and the Cubs able to get the change.
I'll tell you what, Braden, there's definitely some step from the Cubs tonight. They're working hard, and they're beating Mountain View to the puck most of the time, so it's good to see.
Yeah, a lot of hustle from the Cubs, and expect that to continue. Now with the puck, it's Dorian Bernhardt. Falls wide of the net, missed by a little bit. The goaltender, Connor Slip, was not able to deflect it or do anything there. Fighting now for the puck. The Cubs maintain possession. And it's number 7, Kyle Brand, some pushing and shoving. Looks like we are going to have a Cubs power play here. And I did not quite see who it was. It's going to be a charging penalty, so the Cubs going to go to work on the power play. That was one of those vicious hockey plays we don't really want to see. So the Cubs go to work on the power play for the first time tonight. And taking the draw out there will be Cody Florkowski, leading this Cubs team in scoring this year. Florkowski wins it back to Gallipo. Gallipo losing control of the puck. And Sutherland with the puck for the Colts into Cubs territory. Broken up by Polarmacher. Sutherland gets the puck again. The Cubs once again on the power play here for the first time this game. Polarmacher. He ships it over to Gallipo. Gallipo finds Florkowski. Florkowski got La Rochelle. Florkowski cross ice. And it was Keegan Bartram with a great shot there, but the Colts goaltender coming up with the save. 1:28 left in the power play. Cubs having some problems keeping it in Mountain View territory. Picking it up is Lucas Fraser. Fraser by himself. He has 3 Cubs on. A Polarmacher breaks it up. Up to 2. Polarmacher has La Rochelle. Polarmacher shoots and making the save. He's going to hang on. And with 15:36 left here in the first period, it's been pretty much for the Cubs, Rob.
It has been kind of nice to see the power play working. They had a little problem trying to keep it in Mountain View, but I'm sure things will straighten up as the game goes on.
Back to point. Gallipo throws it over to his defense partner, but down low is Sean McGuire. McGuire front looking there for Cole Stevenson, but he was not available. McGuire loses control, and Mountain View does a good job of chipping it out down to Cubs territory. Kyle Grant starting out of his own zone, and he finds McGuire. McGuire loses the handle on it, and chasing after it now is Stevenson. Stevenson throws it back to the point, and it's number 11, Tyson Schmidt. It's 4-1. Schmidt crosses, but the other Colts player, I believe it was Rick Gunlock, jumping up in the play, was not available. Back the other way now, Cubs. It is number 2, Austin Gallipo with the puck. They're crashing the crease, but Mountain View clears it into the neutralized area with 18 seconds left in the Cubs' first power play situation of the game. Mountain View will chip it down. Cole Schaefer going to come out of his net. It hits a stanchion and directs back all the way to Polarmacher. Polarmacher could not get a handle on it. So the Cubs, not the power play they would have liked so far, and it looks like we're going to have another penalty. It's going to be a hooking call, and it looks like once again it's going to the Mountain View Colts. So the Cubs going to go back to work on the power play, I believe. And it is number 19, Cody Krebs, going to the box for hooking. So we have a face-off deep in Colts territory to the right of Connor Slip. Taking the draw for the Cubs, Cody Florkowski, who's been a big presence here so far this season with the Medicine Hat Cubs. He wins the draw back to the point, but it comes to the neutralized area. Chasing after is number 4, Colby Sadler, but the puck goes right to Cole Schaefer. He is going to hang on, and the Cubs did not like the way that the Mountain View Colts were crashing the crease there, Rob.
Braden, player that's impressed me so far is Austin Gallipo. Played with us last year, came up for the playoffs from AAA, and he's doing an excellent job back there on the blue line for us.
Absolutely, the Cubs lose the draw. Mountain View keeps it in, but that is going to be an offside play. It was actually touched there by Jason Edwards, and that's a basic offside. So we will have a face-off just outside of Cubs territory, and once again, Cody Florkowski going to be lining up with Jason Edwards for the Colts. Florkowski, you know, he's coming to play tonight. Gallipo chasing after it. Keegan Bartram throws it back to the point. Polarmacher to Florkowski, who threw it back to Colby Sadler. Cole Schaefer comes out of his net, plays it. No one was home. Jason Edwards with the puck. And Schaefer with a great save. He's looking good through the early stages. Cubs having issues clearing out of their own zone. Gabe La Rochelle had the puck, was not able to hang on, and it's 21 for the Colts. Ryan Clank shoots, blocked in front. Here's number 13, Gabe LaRochelle in Colts territory. LaRochelle doing some fancy stick work. Has a man available, goes to the captain, Florkowski. Florkowski back to the point. That was for number 7, Grant, and now the Cubs maintaining possession of the play with 55 seconds left in their second power play opportunity of the game. Deep in Colts territory, it's Austin Gallipo. And now it's number 17, Josh Marshall. He flips it up to Gabe LaRochelle. Taking the 1-0 lead. That was a power play marker. And you can bet Connor Flip would like to have that goal back. It looks like it kind of surprised him. But that's good news for the Cubs because they take the 1-0 lead courtesy of Gabe LaRochelle. Might have hit something in front, but nonetheless the Cubs go up 1-0. We'll get the official scoring in just a minute.
Goal number 13, Gabe LaRochelle. Assist by number 2, Austin Gallipo. And number 22, Kyle Florkowski.
From Gallipo and Kyle Florkowski. 6:57 the time of the goal, and that gave the Cubs the 1-0 lead. And you can bet that the Mountain View Colts probably going to be thinking about not taking another penalty, as the Cubs already with one power play goal this evening. Faced off just inside of Cubs territory. The lining up is Brandon Stahl, wins it back to number 19, Tanner Barton. Barton flips it up, but it's out of the glove. And Tanner Barton comes in there and says, "You do not do that." So there's some pushing and shoving, some words being exchanged, and be interesting to see if we're going to have any penalties, Rob.
Oh, you don't like to see that that close to the boards. It's pretty close for a hit from behind, from what I can see, but I can't really see the ref. I think he's directing them over there now.
And it looks like number 19, Tanner Barton, going to be going to the box for the Medicine Hat Cubs. And it looks like Evan Thompson also going to be going to the box. So we'll see what happens with this. Looks like we are going to have some 4-on-4, it looks like. So that will definitely open up the ice, which could work to the Cubs' advantage as they're a great skating team. And it looks like Rob, Mountain View kind of being a little undisciplined here in the early stages. And their head coach is going to be chatting with them about that. Face off now outside of Cubs territory. Brandon Stahl wins the draw. The Cubs losing possession. It's Shane Bosworth. Throws it back in Pulvermacher. The vet, he throws it up to the neutral area. Number 11, Cole Stevenson shooting after it. And it was number 5, or 15, excuse me, Brandon Stahl with a shot. And Cole Stevenson with a shot just missing the net. So it has actually 5-on-5 action, excuse me. Coincidental minors there, and Pulvermacher throws it deep into Colts territory. Ray Pulvermacher threw it in, and Brian Wagner chipped it around the boards, but the Cubs keep it in. Pulvermacher throws it behind the Colts net. Wagner chasing after it, but Cole Stevenson did a good job, got some body on him. And it now looks like we're going to have an icing play with 11:32 left in the first period. The Cubs leading this game 1-0. Also leading in the shot department, and it kind of looks like, they got to goaltender Connor Slip a bit early. Looks like he's not really that confident right now in the crease, which cannot be good news for the Colts. Gallipo shoots an easy save for Slip. And the Cubs trying to maintain possession, but it's the Colts skating out with it. Lucas Fraser dipsy-doodling and keeping it in. It was Tyson Schmidt. Schaefer going to hang on. Some more pushing and shoving after the whistle, but a great job, an easy play for Cole Schaefer just to cover it up. Allows the Cubs to get some fresh legs on the ice. And we should mention once again, thanks to our sponsors, the Beefeater Steakhouse, AutoZar where you can win a Las Vegas trip, and Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win a 2-night accommodation for making this broadcast possible. It's now Kyler Goldade. He throws it up to Mitch Heller, who got a shot on net. The Colts pick up the puck at the neutralized area. Mitch Heller throws it over to Kyler Goldade, but now chasing after it is Austin Gallipo. Gallipo facing some pressure from the Colts, but the Cubs start out of their own zone. Could have been a breakaway there as Kyler Goldade cannot get a handle on the puck, but the FAW is off to the races. Now a face-off deep in Cubs territory. The icing call. Cubs leading 1-0. They're leading in the shot department as well. Keeping it in is Clinton Armitage. Chips it up to number 19, Cody Krebs. Krebs with the puck. Throws it back behind the net to Rick Gundlach. Jason Edwards. The Cubs cannot get it out of their own zone. 5-on-5. Florkowski kicked it up, but the captain for the Mountain View Colts winds up, sails wide of the net. And that was Braden Anderson. 15 now, Jason Edwards battling for the puck. He comes out front, and it looks like we are going to have a penalty now. Looks like a cross-check going to the Cubs, so they are going to go to work on the power play, their first penalty that has left them short-handed in this game. And it looks like it's number 14, Keegan Bartram, going to the box for that cross-checking minor. Face-off deep in Cubs territory. Keeping it in was, for the Mountain View Colts, Clinton Armitage. But now Colts in their own zone trying to start things out here. Colton Anderson with the puck, ships it up to the half wall. Anderson chasing after it, but it's Austin Gallipo providing some pressure. Colts now on the power play, 1:38 left in the man advantage. Cubs leading this game 1-0, and they lead the shots department as well. Keeping it in was Armitage and Ryan Klink. Number 17 there, Braden Anderson keeps it in. Colts doing a good job on this power play, trying to get something going to tie this hockey game up. And it was Thompson with a shot on net, but Schaefer makes the easy save. Braden Anderson keeps it in. Thompson with a little give and go now. Thompson back at the puck, lines up, but it's blocked by the Cubs. Number 11, Cole Stevenson. 22, Anderson back to the point for Thompson, but Schaefer coming up with another save to keep the Colts off the board. Looks like there's a broken stick. The puck coming out to the neutral ice area. The Colts not really able to get anything going on this power play now. It's Florkowski the shot, but he was not able to connect. Here's Pulvermacher chasing after it. Pulvermacher playing with Kyle Grant here tonight. Pulvermacher, the assistant captain, decides he's going to go for a skate. Ray Pulvermacher just chips it in to kill some time. 15 seconds left in the Bartram cross-checking minor. The Colts would have probably liked to have a better power play, and Brandon Stahl dipsy-doodling on, but he's hit there by Marshall. Puck came out to the neutral. It was Wagner firing, but misses the net by a country mile. Here's Grant now working hard in the corner of the puck. Comes out to Jeff Marshall. Bartram is out of the penalty box, but they cannot get anything going there. The Cubs leading this game 1-0, up 6-3 in the shots department. Here's Tanner Barton, but it's broken up by the Colts on their own blue line back in Cubs territory. It's Austin Gallipo. Gallipo, who's been looking good here this evening. He's up to Florkowski again, but Stump, I believe, got a stick on it, so the Cubs were not able to connect. Number 23, Bosworth ships it out. The Cubs pick up the puck in the slot. It's number 20 for the Cubs, Bernhardt firing, but he misses the net. He was looking for the top corner. Puck now in the neutral ice area. It's Kevin Vandenhoven, the big man, going to skate in, but that's easily broken up, and number 16, Peterson, was there, but he misses the net. Comes out with the puck, a 2-on-1, could be developing, but they're not able to get anything going. By cross, and Gallipo, don't think the Colts were too happy about that. It might have looked like he got his hands up. Kind of a high hit, but the referee's deciding to let them play. Gallipo starting out of his own zone. He finds La Rochelle. La Rochelle's got Bartram. La Rochelle over to Bartram, but it just skips away. Bartram keeps it in deep in Colts territory. Back to the point for Grant, who flips it over to Sadler. Sadler, he throws it up in the corner, but the Colts maintaining possession, getting control of the puck. Back the other way. The Colts trying to chip it down, but it's broken up by Kyle Grant. Grant, he gives it to La Rochelle. He's just going to flip her down and go off for a change. A broken stick in the corner. And the Cubs almost caught on the offside, but it's number 10, Cole Sutherland. Ships it up to the neutral ice area, and it was Dennis Lawrence. And now a puck comes to Cole Schaefer, going to hang on. And some pushing and shoving in front of the Cubs net, and that's been the story so far tonight. It looks like Mountainview just likes to go hard.
No, Braden, after watching that first part of the Mountain View's power play, I don't think the Cubs want to spend too much time in the box. Mountain View had good puck control in the Cubs zone, kind of had us tied in for a while, so best day out of the box on these guys.
Absolutely. For the Colts to take control against Fury. Does not get control there, and he has a puck though now. It's the neutral ice area. Fury, he's kind of hauled down on the play, and we're not going to see a penalty right now. The Cubs, Boilermaker. Gallipo now with the biscuit, going to go behind Cole Schaefer and trying to get something going. Flips it out to the center ice area, and it's Miller crossed ice to number 24, Kyler Goldig. Flips it in. But it's the Colts picking up the puck once again. Here's Kyle Grant. Flips it deep into Colts territory. It's number 24, Kyler Goldig battling. And it's 21, Fury with the puck right now. Ben Fury, the crafty vet. He throws it back to Kyler Goldig. Goldig in the corner, but it's the Colts picking up the puck. And now Medicine Hat flips it back into their own territory, but it's Colton Anderson. But Ben Fury picks his pocket. Here's number 6, Sean McGuire in there, but the Colts will pick up the puck. And it's number 22, Colton Anderson. But the Cubs pick up the puck. Number 6, Sean McGuire in and throws it out front, but that is going to be an easy save for Connor Slip. The Cubs leading this hockey game 1-0 with 4:25 remaining here in the first period, and they are leading in the shots department 6-4. Face-off to the left of Connor Slip. It's Brandon Stahl. And it looks like Thompson waved out of the face-off circle, and Stahl wins the draw. The Cubs with the puck at center, they throw it into Colts territory. And now with the puck for the Mountainview Colts, number 20, Evan Thompson. But he throws it back to the point for Armitage. Armitage throws it on net, and once again Cole Schaefer making the easy stop. So we are going to have a face-off to his blocker side in Cubs territory. And once again this season, Cole Schaefer has probably been the best player on this squad.
Yeah, if you can stop shots like that, Cole never even saw that, but he definitely knows where to play and cuts his angles now.
Cubs trying to get something going. It's Josh Marshall. Deep in the corner, puck comes out front, and once again Schaefer is there to hang on. Some pushing and shoving. Gallipo and Cody Krebs deciding where they want to, maybe go for pizza after the game, but looks like the officials get in there, and Gallipo going to be having a little chit-chat with the official here. I think he's telling him that, next time he does that, he might call a penalty. Face-off to the left of Cole Schaefer. Picking it up is Marshall, who loses his stick, but trying to use his soccer skills there and get it deep into Colts territory. It's Cody Krebs. Flips it up to the neutral ice territory, and it's Jason Edwards in across the line. Edwards, he's got Tyson Schmidt. Edwards back to the point Krebs, but he was able to pick up the pass, so the Colts going to start out of their own zone. Kevin Vandenhoven elects to ice it. He was looking for the pass at the half wall, but the Colts player not able to connect, so we are going to be having a face-off deep in Mountain View Colts territory. And it looks like so far the Cubs kind of controlled the play in this hockey game. Last time it was a different story out in Didsbury. Here's number 14, Keegan Bartram, chasing after it now on the half wall, deep in Colts territory. It's the Colts starting out of their own zone. Trying to pick it up with Josh Hammer, but Kyle Grant gets a shot on it. Looks like that kind of surprised Connor. Slipped just a bit, but he's going to hang on with 3:05 left in the first period. And of course, you're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream, all brought possible by the Beefeater, Autos Are Less, and the Medicine Hat Lodge, and a number of other fine sponsors. Cubs with the trying to control, get the puck rather, and skating out of their own zone, it's Nicholas Milic. He flipped it over to Austin Peterson. Puck now at the center ice area. It's going to go into the timekeeping box and out of play, so that means we're going to be having a little whistle. And Rob, you know, you always got to be cautious when you're in the timekeeper's box, because those pucks, there's no netting there, so it may come and hit you.
Braden, I've met a couple of those pucks, yes. The puck may leave the playing surface at any given time, and yeah, I've had it hit me on the noggin.
Yeah, and we remind fans, you know, just to be cautious if you are at the game, but of course here at the Kinplex, they have the netting all around, so should not be an issue. Mountain View with the puck now, deep in Cubs territory, and it's Tanner Barton with the puck. And it appears that Gabe LaRochelle flipped it over to Cody Flarkowski. He looked for Keegan Bartram. Hopping into Colts territory. Cody Flarkowski. Centering pass for LaRochelle, but it's broken up by the Colts. Gallipo with a hard hit. The Cubs still searching for the puck deep in Mountain View territory. Keeping it in was Keller. And it's number 19, Clinton Armitage, ships it up. Puck at the neutral ice here. Armitage is hit hard by Flarkowski. And that's definitely part of Cody Flarkowski's game, like the captain on this squad, and not afraid to get physical if you look at his penalty minutes so far this season and last. Slip sets it up behind his own net. The Colts starting out of their own zone. But now the Cubs just get the puck at center and backhand it into Colts territory. And Kyler Golden snaps, and that will be his third goal of the season for Mr. Golden. Took advantage of a great opportunity, and the Cubs take the lead. It's 2-0 with a .30 left here in the first frame, and Kyler Golden, bulging the twine, his second of the season. Still going to wait to see who the assists are going to. But nonetheless, the Cubs up 2-0, and they have to be pretty pleased with that so far.
24, Kyler Golden. Assist by number 7, Kyle Grant. Time of the Cubs goal, 18:30.
From Grant, and time of the goal was 18:30. The Cubs up 2-0, but the Colts with some pressure. Keeping it in is Kevin Vandenhoven, the big defenseman. The Cubs do a good job of last minute play here in the first period. And as we mentioned, the Cubs up 2-0, so now the Colts with the puck. It's Colton Anderson. Anderson winds up, but Cole Schaefer gonna hang on his 7th save of the period, and Cole's just done a fantastic job here this evening, getting in front of that puck and making the key saves. Face off to his left now, lining up for the Mountain View Colts. It's going to be Tyson Schmidt. For the Cubs, it's Brandon Stahl. Wins it back, and Gallipo looking for the puck. Under a minute left, in the first frame. Cubs want to head into the locker room with the 2-0 lead. And chasing with the puck now, Sean McGuire looking cross-crossed, but nothing is available. 24 seconds left. McGuire out front, no one's there. The Cubs with some pressure as Brandon Stahl out front, and slip is going to hang on, and the Cubs certainly picking up where they left off after the Golden goal.
No, Brady, we're pretty even on shots there, 8-7. And it just goes to show Schaefer's doing his job at that end, and right now Mountain View's struggling a little bit on the scrambles down in their end.
Yeah, looks like the puck is kind of getting away from themselves. I'm sure that head coach Gord Olson going to be chatting with his club in the locker room in the first intermission about that. 14 seconds left. The Cubs flip it down into Colts territory, deep in their territory, but the Colts going to throw it out to all the way on the ice, and that is not going to be good enough for Wednesday, and that is going to do it here in the first period. The Cubs heading into the second frame with a 2-0 lead. Another hit after the whistle, and I'm sure the head coach Jason Bartram probably going to be having a little chat with the referees about that. It looks like Mountain View, a very physical hockey team, but at times it can be a little bit dirty.
You know, that first period was fast, but when you see some of this chippiness here at the end, I don't know, it could be some long periods coming up. Hopefully not. Ref's doing a good job so far.
Yes, absolutely. The officials doing a fantastic job, as they always do here at the Kinplex. Was chatting with head coach Jason Bartram before the game. He said the last time these two clubs met up, it was the Colts getting really physical in the game, but the Cubs, they decided to get a little physical as well, and it worked out because they skated away with the 7-6 victory. And that is going to do it for us right now. The Cubs heading into the second period, 2-0. And of course, you're listening to Cubs hockey on Ustream. Would not be made possible without our fine sponsors like the Beefeater Steakhouse. Go there, enjoy some great steak, maybe some chicken, maybe some seafood, whatever tickles your fancy. Also, Autos are West, where you can win a trip to Las Vegas. If you come to a Cubs game, just fill out the form in the program. And as always, the Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win 2 nights accommodation. I'm Brady Malsbury, and I'll be joined back with Rob Church for your second period action. You're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. almost underway. You're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream, all made possible from our major sponsors, the Beefeater Steakhouse, Autos Are Less, where you can win a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada. Just come down to the Kinplex, get yourself a program, and fill out an easy entry form, and the Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win 2 nights accommodations. Joined in the broadcast booth here tonight by Rob Church. You're probably familiar with him if you've been to many Cub games over the past number of years. Checking out the scores right now in the Western Hockey League. In Brandon, the Wheat Kings leading the Tigers 4-2. Kootenay and Edmonton all loaded up at 2 apiece. Lethbridge just hammering the Saskatoon Blades right now, 7-0. Regina's up 2-0 over Moose Jaw. In Red Deer, Calgary is doubling up the Rebels 4-2. Still early, Everett and Kamloops scoreless, and Prince George is beating Kelowna 1-0. Still in the first period, the Seattle Thunderbirds and Swift Current Broncos are scoreless, and the Victoria Royals are up 1-0 over Spokane, and Tri-City and the Portland Winterhawks all knotted up at 1 apiece. Your first period scoring summary, of course, the Cubs up 2-0 heading into the second. The first goal was scored by Gabriel Rochelle, who made his return to the Medicine Hat Cubs after spending some time with the Nipawin Hawks in the Saskatchewan Junior League. Austin Gallipo and Kyle Florkowski assisting on that goal at 6:57 into the frame. About on the late stages, it was Kyler Goldade with a great chance, and he buried it to put the Cubs up 2-0. And it was Grant chipping in with the assist, and that is your first period scoring summary. And we're ready to go here in the second. Florkowski not able to win the draw. The Colts with the puck. Pulvermacher starting out of his own zone. Looks up for Keegan Bartram. Bartram has the puck stripped from his hands by Wagner. Wagner with some speed. Pulvermacher picks it up at his own blue line. Ray Pulvermacher, he finds Gabe LaRochelle. LaRochelle looking cross-ice for Bartram. LaRochelle electing to shoot, and it hits the stick of big number 44 Brighton Wagner and goes out of play, and the Cubs up 2-0. Still early here in the second period, and you can bet they want to pick up where they left off from the first, Rob.
Yes, you betcha. Mountain View sure got a tall team. They got some lanky forwards there.
Yes, absolutely. Some big bodies for the boys from Didsbury. The Colts now with the puck deep in Cubs territory. Picking it up is number 22, Colton Anderson. Anderson goes back to the point for might have had something in front, or Cole Schaefer might have got a piece of it. Nonetheless, staying out of the net. Here's Anderson. Dipsy-doodling, it's almost broken up. The Colts having some issues keeping the puck on their stick. Schaefer steers it into the corner, and there's number 26 winding up there for the Mountain View Colts. Or number 25, rather, Nicholas Milach, and the puck goes out of glass and out of play. So we will have a face-off deep in Cubs territory to the right of goaltender Cole Schaefer. Fury wins the draw back to Pulvermacher. Fury with the puck. And here's number 24, Kyler Golding, who has a goal for himself tonight. Fury loses the puck. The Colts starting out. Lucas Fraser shoots it down at the Cubs territory. And he drops it off, but Schaefer's there to make the stop. Lucas Fraser back to the point. The Colts get a shot away, but it sails wide of the net. Colts maintaining the pressure, and it was Rick Gundlach with a shot. Might have hit the side of the net. The Cubs scrambling a bit in their own zone right now. Fury trying to get the puck and clear it out of harm's way. But it's the Colts with some great pressure, and the Cubs eventually clear it all the way down the ice. Not good enough for icing. Fury chasing after it with Mitch Heller. Fury battling behind the net of Connor Slip. And now it's 24 for the Cubs. Kyler Goldade with a shot. And Connor Slip is going to be hanging on to it. And Kyler Goldade has just been buzzing here tonight for the Cubs. He's doing everything right.
What I like to see that first 20 minutes there, Braden, is a nice three-line balance. 3 lines, all working hard. It's good to see.
Absolutely. Florkowski Was not able to win the draw and get it to his squad, so the Colts picking up the puck at center, but it's Gallipo looking for the biscuit, but coming away with it is Josh Hammer. Shoots, does not get a quality scoring opportunity. Colts keep it in, but it's the Cubs trying to clear it out, and that means we're going to have an icing call with 17:27 rather left here in the second period. And now with the Colts a few more shots here in the second frame. They're leading the shots department 11-9, and the Cubs led 8-7 heading into this period. It's Wagner trying to keep it in for his Colts squad, but starting out is Dorian Bernhardt, but it's picked off by Wagner. Wagner, he flips it up to Austin Peterson, but it's broken up by the Cubs. Gallipo throwing it down into Colts territory. Wagner, the big defenseman, gives it to 23, Shane Bosworth, but it's back to Wagner. Wagner looking for Peterson. Peterson loses control. It's going to go all the way back down behind the net, a slip. And Brighton Wagner having some issues. Gallipo chips it up to Florkowski. Kyle Florkowski, but it's going to be slip hanging on, and that line doing a great job tonight. Bartram and Florkowski, they have been great so far. And now Cody Florkowski whispering a few words of wisdom to Connor Slip, telling him he's probably going to score on him. Florkowski lining up for the draw, but he loses it, and it's Nicholas Milic behind his own net, loses control. It's Florkowski creating all sorts of problems. Pulvermacher keeps it in. By Connor Slip, as he is going to hang on with 16:27 left here in the second. And the shots all knotted up at 11 apiece, and we're going to have a face-off to the right of Connor Slip, who's been very busy in the early stages of the second frame. Pulvermacher shoots, hits a body out front, but Mountainview cannot clear it out of their own zone. Pulvermacher keeps it in. Florkowski behind the net, centering, and he was looking for, I believe it was La Rochelle out front. Pulvermacher shooting. Florkowski side of the net, looking for the shot, nothing doing there. Bartram with some hustle, but the Colts pick it up. It's Tyson Schmidt in across the line. Offside, so the Colts had to clear the zone. Tyson Schmidt with the puck at center. He throws it up to Jason Edwards, who's tripped up by Pulvermacher, who keeps it in. A 3-on-2. It's Keegan Bartram. Not able to stand up. Might have had some skate issues there. Probably going to be checking that out once he gets to the bench. Colts keep it into Cubs territory. Florkowski stripping it. And now we have one for the right field. Florkowski. By Connor Slip. Florkowski fending on it, but Slip was there to get the pad down. Colts cleared all the way down the ice. That is going to be icing. And boy, oh boy, that was some kind of 2-on-1 by the Cubs. They're up.
Boy, Braden, you got to love Cody Florkowski. One of the smallest players out there. Plays so big. Like, if you're 6'4", you better keep your head up, because he's going to catch you.
And he's not afraid of anybody. We've seen it in the past. We've seen it this season. Cubs now buzzing in Colts territory, but it's number 21, Ryan Klink. Goes across ice. It's broken up by Kyle Grant. Throws it down behind Slip. Chasing after it is Sean McGuire. McGuire out front to number 15, Brandon Stahl. Couldn't get a handle on it. Stahl behind the net. The Cubs buzzing once again. It's Stevenson. The puck to the side of the net. Cole Stevenson throws it back to McGuire. McGuire centering. Nothing available. Pinching at the points. Gallipo. Gallipo in deep in Colts territory. Kind of got caught by the pinch. And now it's Colton Anderson. Anderson, top of the face-off circle. A high shot there for Evan Thompson. Cannot get a handle on it. The Cubs pick up the puck once again. Brandon Stahl. He to Sean McGuire. McGuire for Stahl. It's broken up. Some back and forth action here at the Kinplex. And now it's number 22 Anderson. Colton Anderson all by himself. Couple of Cubs on him, and Anderson once again comes away with the biscuit. Goes back to the point. Anderson winds up and misses that by by a country mile. The Cubs with a lot of strut in their step in the early stages of this period. Here's Calipo pinching. Mitch Heller trying to clear it. Ben Fury touches it, but breaking it up is Lucas Fraser. Fraser, all sorts of speed this evening, and the Colts ice the puck. They're going to get some fresh legs on there. But Rob, the Cubs have just done a great job of creating their own opportunities here in the second.
Well, Braden, you mentioned speed there a minute ago, and that's what you see. It's frustrating the Colts. They're dumping the puck. A few icings here, so Cubs definitely got to keep the speed up. Fury
chasing after it is Brighton Wagner, but the Cubs coming away with the puck, and boy, the great chance there as Heller steered it toward the net. Here's Fury looking back to the point for Pulvermacher, but he dishes off to Heller, cross ice. Buffalo's not able to get a stick on it. Puck goes all the way back down the ice. We're going to have another whistle here with 13-16 left here in the second period. The Cubs lead 2-0, and they also lead in the shots department 12-11 here tonight at the Kinplex. A pretty good crowd on hand to take on this Heritage Junior Hockey game. Lining up now is Kyle Florkowski, but coming away with it is Brighton Wagner. He must be at least 6'6". That's Kevin Vandenhoven chipping it down the ice. Playing with Wagner, two big customers on the back end for the Mountainview Colts. But they have not really been a factor so far this evening, as the Cubs have found a way to get 2 goals. And lining up was Kyle Florkowski. Colts come away with the puck. They chip it down the ice, and another icing call by the Mountain View Colts, kind of stalling the Cubs' progress here, as they had a lot of momentum going there, a lot of quality scoring opportunities. Faced off now to the left of Connor Slip. And taking it was Josh Marshall, but it's the Colts coming away with the puck. Colton Anderson. Anderson crosses to Shane Bosomworth, but it's the Cubs coming away with the puck. Missing it, hit a cold stick, chasing after it is Kyle Florkowski. Florkowski with some pressure from Kevin Vandenhoven, and Dorian Bernhardt with a big hit on Vandenhoven, and it looks like now the referee has his hand in the air, and we are going to see a slashing call, and it appears it is going to Dorian Bernhardt, who got the lumber on the Mountain View Colt player. Didn't quite see it, but the Colts going to go to work on the power play. And we will have a face-off just outside of Cubs territory. And the penalty kill units of Keegan Bartram and Cody Florkowski on the ice. Florkowski wins the draw and smartly flips it down at the Colts territory.
2 minutes for slashing.
The Colts with the puck now starting out of their own zone. It's Tyson Schmidt, couldn't get a handle on it. Cole Schaefer with some issues there, cannot clear it out of harm's way. Almost a goal there for the Colts. The Colts working now on the power play. $1:35 left in the man advantage. The Cubs trying to clear it out of their own zone, but it's the Colts who eventually send it out. Slip comes out of his net, and he sets it up for Clinton Armitage. Armitage went cross ice. It was broken up by the speedy Cody Florkowski. So that's going to kill some time as the Colts struggling to get out of their own zone, get the breakout going, and they're still in there. Some good pressure by Keegan Bartram. The Colts still cannot get it out. They finally do to the neutral ice area. Florkowski takes a swack at it, and that will kill some more time in the Colts man advantage. 56 seconds left in the penalty. The Colts now battling hard along the half wall. It's number 11 Tyson Schmidt. And the Cubs do a great job of clearing it down, and that's certainly been the story of their penalty kill tonight. The Colts setting things up in their own zone. Nice little breakout. And number 17, Braden Anderson, the captain, with some speed deep into Cubs territory, but the Cubs chip it out of harm's way. And Colton Anderson with the puck. Now it's there. Colton Anderson by himself. He blows the tire. Thompson shipped it over to Kevin Vandenhoven. The big man with the puck shoots. Hits a body out front, and that will most likely do it for the Cubs penalty kill as they escape this man advantage situation. The Colts with the power play, nothing doing there. Centered, and Schaefer was able to get a stick on it. Dorian Bernhardt falling down, picks up the puck though, and he is hit hard. A 2-on-1 developing, but the Cubs cannot get a handle on the puck. Here's Evan Thompson with the shot, and Schaefer came up with a big stop. Evan Thompson with some kind of shot, but Cole Schaefer was equal to the task.
Very good penalty kill that time for the Cubs. They kept Mountainview out to the outside. I don't think there was a shot on net for Schaefer there, so they did a good job of killing that penalty.
Now a face-off to the left of Cole Schaefer, but it's the Colts who collect the biscuit. Now behind the net, some pushing and shoving. Kyle Tharkowski's in there, and the Colts get the puck. But it's number 7, Kyle Grant, doing a good job trying to get the puck out of harm's way. A battle along the half wall. Puck comes back to the point for number 6, Dennis Lawrence with the shot, but once again he missed. Here's number 7, Kyle Grant. Puck was centered. A 3-on-2 developing for the Medicine Hat Cubs. It's number 17, Josh Marshall with some speed, centers, and he was looking out front, but they were not able to connect there. Out is Rick Gunlock, shoots, hits Bouldermaker. Gunlock, he chipped it up, but some good pressure by Josh Marshall, but that is going to cost the Medicine Hat Cubs as they're going to head to the sin bin. A hooking call, and it appears that it is going to be Josh Marshall heading to the box for 2 minutes or less. So the Mountainview Colts going to go back to work on the power play with 9:08 left in the second period, and the Cubs just have to do what they did on the last penalty kill situation, Rob. Colts now with the puck at the blue line. Pulvermaker hammers it all the way down the ice, and buck 50 left, slip coming out of his, buck 50 left in the penalty kill rather, slip setting it up for his defenseman. The Cubs having 3 men back, trying to clog up their own zone so the Colts can't get anything going on this power play. 17, Brayden Anderson, almost with a great shot there, but it was broken up. Colts. Wagner threw it over to Edwards, got a shot away, but it's broken up. The Cubs clearing the zone was Kyler Golden, who has 1 goal tonight. And the Cubs have almost killed off a minute left in the Josh Marshall minor. The Colts now starting out of their own zone, going for the long pass. It's broken up by Brandon Stahl, and looks like we are going to have a face-off now. I think that was offside. Just out, or actually deep in Cubs territory. And it is going to be Brandon Stahl lining up with Evan Thompson for the Colts. Stahl wins the draw, but Thompson maintains possession. Stahl is able to ship it down. It's Cole Stevenson, but they have 2 Colts players there, and Stevenson cannot get anything going, but nonetheless a good opportunity. Down a man. Puck comes to Colton Anderson. Anderson tips it out. Schaefer making the stop. Schaefer with got the arm on it. And here's Vandenhoven. Problems. It's broken up by number 11, Cole Stevenson, but once again it's the Colts picking up the biscuit. Here's Ryan Klink shooting, and Cole Schaefer's gonna hang on with 19 seconds left in the Cubs penalty kill. And we are gonna have a face-off deep in Cubs territory, and once again we've talked about it all night. Cole Schaefer playing his great style this evening. Face-off to the right of Schaefer. And it's number 22, Colton Anderson. He flipped it over to another Colts player. Can't quite see who it was, but Pierce Schaefer is going to hang on with 10 seconds left in the penalty kill now.
You know, Braden, another player that's proven himself tonight. He's been with the Cubs for a couple of years, and that's number 5, Raymond Pulvermacher. Nothing ever fancy. He just gets the job done. Takes all the little things, keeps the puck away from in front of Schaefer. Does an excellent job doing it again tonight.
And that's exactly what you need, some confidence on the back end, and the Cubs have killed off this Marshall penalty, so back to 5-on-5 here at the Kinplex. Another icing call, so the Cubs going to be able to get some fresh legs out there. And we're going to have a face-off to the right of goaltender Connor Slip, who has made 10 saves tonight, but he's allowed 2 goals. The Cubs, of course, with 2 in the first. Face-off to the right of Slip. Florkowski loses the draw. Chasing after it was Bosomworth, but it's the Colts coming away. And the Cubs do a smart job of chipping it to the neutral ice area. Gabe LaRochelle goes back into his own zone. LaRochelle looking for the pass. And now Cody Florkowski at the puck with the puck at center. He has it deep in Colts territory. Florkowski looking for the centering pass. By Slip. A great pass in the slot to LaRochelle, but Slip coming up with the pad stop. Colts with the puck now at center, but it's broken up by Keegan Bartram. Pulvermacher gonna throw it up, but it's gonna be an offside play, I believe. And that means we're gonna go all the way back into Colts territory with 6:19 left in this second period. The Cubs still up 2-0. Face off now to the left of Slip. It's going to be Fury and Sutherland lining up. Fury wins it back to the point. Grant chips it over deep in Colts territory. Galpo jumps up, keeps it in, but that is going to be offside. The face-off going to be just outside of Colts territory, and although the Mountainview Colts are leading in the shot department by 1, it's the Cubs still up 2-0. They've now picked up where they left off in the second period. Fury now lining up with Josh Hammer. But Fury loses the draw. Actually, that was number 10, Cole Sutherland. Cubs come away with the puck at the neutral ice area. Ben Fury. He's got Kyler Golday. Fury centering for Golday. Backhand. A scramble in front, but Connor Slip hanging on with just 5:50 left in this second period. Face-off deep in Colts territory. And there's been a lot of whistles this period, hasn't there?
But it looks like Slip there maybe kind of gathered himself between periods because he's playing a little bit stronger in that for Mountainview start this period.
Yes, absolutely. Cody Florkowski with the puck. He was looking to throw it back to Galpo, but it's Keegan Bartram behind the net. Bartram throws it over to the captain, Cody Florkowski. Florkowski goes back to the puck. Fraser, now that's going to fire up the Cubs. Here's Fraser now. A 2-on-2, but it's broken up by Cody Florkowski. Fraser and Florkowski having those two. Very boy, it's some back and forth action here at the Kinplex. Here's Fraser now, fighting for control with Kyle Grant. Gabe LaRochelle was in the mix there too. Cubs coming out of their own zone with the puck. Gabe LaRochelle. He's got Bartram and number 7. And you don't see too many guys in the league with a wicked backhand like that. And the Cubs go 3-0. You could just kind of tell something was going to happen there.
Pretty goal, Braden, you betcha. Yeah, he worked hard, and he picked the corner there on that shot.
Absolutely, and the Cubs are loving it because they're up 3-0. We will wait for the official scoring summary. And once again, you're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. Shout out to our major sponsors, the Beefeater, Autos on West, and the Medicine Hat Lodge. And it was Kyle Grant scoring his first goal of the season. Gabe LaRochelle, the other assistant, Keegan Bartram, the second helper. And the Cubs go up 3-0, and Gabe LaRochelle making his first goal for the Cubs this evening. Defensively with 2 assists so far, and we have a penalty for the Mountainview Colts. It appears it's number 19, Cody Krebs. So the Cubs going to go to work on the power play. Cubs with the puck, Gallipo. He loses the puck. It's and Smith with a great scoring opportunity. Gallipo playing some power play minutes, going to go for a skate. He was looking cross ice for Brandon Stahl. Gallipo's dumped on the play, has to collect his stick, decides not to. And it's Brighton Wagner starting out of his own zone. The Colts going to relieve the pressure from the Cubs. Colts for going to set it up for the vet, Ray Polarmaker. Polarmaker, the assistant captain. He goes up to Sean McGuire. McGuire trying to it's Thompson with the puck. Steers it into the corner out of harm's way. The Cubs throwing everything but the kitchen sink here tonight at the Colts net. Here's LaRochelle. He finds the captain, Cody Florkowski. Florkowski goes back to the puck for Colts. Had the last goal, looking for another. The Colts with some issues, trying to clear it out. The Cubs have to clear the zone because that would have been offside. Kevin Vandenhoven, the big guy, clearing it down. And now the Cubs almost caught this. It was Anderson with a great scoring chance, but luckily he missed the net. It's Gabe LaRochelle starting out of his own zone with 20 seconds left in the power play. LaRochelle looking cross ice, no one's available, so he decides to throw it into the corner for Keegan Bartram. Bartram back to the point for Gallipo. Did not get into everything he wanted on that. And it was Tanner Barton sending it deep into Colts territory, and that's going to do it for the power play. The Cubs probably wanted more on that power play for themselves. Cole Schaefer rings it around the boards, keeping it out was Ryan Klink for the Colts. But the Cubs get it. Torian Bernhardt could not get a handle on it. Kyle Florkowski with the puck, another centering play. No Cub was available. So it's Josh Hammer. But it's broken up by Barton. Gallipo bangs it off the boards. Gallipo reaching for the skies, looking for the puck. No one knows where it is. And chasing after it now is number 17, Josh Marshall. But the Colts player loses his stick and kind of was playing it with his hands. I don't think the Cubs are too happy about that. Florkowski with a shot, but it was Slip standing tall once again. Polarmaker keeps it in. Here's Dorian Bernhardt from in front of the Colts net. That's Kyle Florkowski was the Josh Marshall, but that comes off, and we're going to have a whistle. And the Cubs decide they want to charge to the net hard now, Rob.
Yeah, I thought Kyle Florkowski was going to get that one. It was a nice pass from behind the net, but again, Mountainview goaltender was there to make the stop.
Yes, Connor Slip has been looking great so far in the second. Fury wins the draw. Golden can get a handle on it. Golden now with one goal tonight. Goes back to the point for Kyle Grant. Puck at the neutralized area, back in Colts territory now. The Cubs with some pressure. It's Kyle Grant. Flips it up to the neutralized area. And it's number 24 winding up Clinton Armitage. Was not able to get it on net. The Cubs starting out of their own zone. 1 minute remaining here in the second period. The Cubs leading the Mountainview Colts 3-0. The Colts going to make one change here. The Cubs going for the long stretch pass. I believe it's Ben Fury shooting, and not able, or actually that was number 28, Mitch Heller. And goaltender Connor Slip gonna hang on with just 41.8 seconds left here in the second period. You're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. To the left of Connor Slip. And it's Stahl losing the draw, but Pulvermacher keeping it in, pinching on the play. And it's the Colts. Lucas Fraser with the puck. It's there. Sean McGuire, puck goes down behind the net of Cole Schaefer. Pulvermacher fighting with Cole Sutter. The pass from behind the net was not quite sure who actually got the marker, and it appears it's Lucas Fraser. So the Colts scoring with just 21 seconds left here in the second period to give them some life. But the Cubs still leading this hockey game this time now by a score of 3-1. Face off at center. Cody Forkowski wins it clean. Back to Cole Schaefer.
Assist by number 10, Cole Sutherland. Time of the goal, 1938.
So the goal at 1938 from number 9, Lucas Fraser, and number 10, Cole Sutherland picking up the helper. And that is going to do it here for the second period. The Cubs can't be happy about that late goal in the second period there, Rob.
Yeah, that period there, the Cubs outshot Mountain View 12-8. And just too bad that Mountain View did get that last goal, but I'm sure the Cubs can regroup here and get back at it for the third period.
Yes, absolutely. Now it's time for the second period scoring summary. The Cubs head into the third period, leading 3-1. They also lead in the shots department 20-15. And in the second period, the Cubs, they headed into that second period of 2-0. And it was called Grant with a wicked backhander. A feed from Gabriel and number 14, Keegan Bertram. That made it 3-0. Stages of the second, it was number 9, Lucas Fraser, scoring for the Mountain View Colts to give them some life, and Cole Sutherland picking up the helper on that goal. And that is your scoring summary. Cubs heading into the third with a 2-goal lead. You're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream, and this broadcast, of course, would not be possible without our great sponsors, the Beefeater Steakhouse. Autos are less. You can win a trip to Las Vegas if you enter the form and the Cubs program, and also the Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win a 2-night accommodation courtesy of our good friends there at the lodge. We will be back with third period action. I'm Brandon Malsbury, and joining me in the booth tonight is Rob Church. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, welcome back to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. I'm Brady Malsbury, joined now by Grant Vaughn with the Hockey Hounds. And Grant, a pretty big tournament coming up here very soon in Medicine Hat.
Yes, that's for sure. The 41st annual, starting November 14th, Thursday, running through the Sunday, the 17th. 16 teams, total of 42 games for the tournament. Good quality hockey. It's always been a top-notch tournament in this area. A lot of pros have come out of that tournament. Probably one of the more well-known ones is Rob Niedermeyer. And very high class, a lot of scouts will be in attendance, and should be a good deal.
And if people want to come down and watch, is there any admission charges, or can they come down?
Admission, you can buy single game tickets or tournament passes for the whole weekend. Games will be held at all four rinks, Kinplex, both rinks, the Moose, and at the Hockey Hounds on Crescent Heights.
And you mentioned it before, a lot of big hockey names have came out of this tournament, including Scott Niedermeyer. And, you know, the competition, it seems like you guys always attract some of the top-ranked teams in Canada.
Yeah, we do. A lot of people, they're repeats. They like to come to the tournament. They enjoy the tournament format. They get to play against top-notch caliber teams to see where they sit in their divisions, etc., etc. The BC teams are always strong. Our teams in Alberta, they're fairly strong this year. A little short on representation out of Saskatchewan this time, but hopefully it'll be good and entertaining hockey, that's for sure.
And are all the teams set, or are there still more teams that can possibly sign up?
We have probably 14 to 15 that are set for sure. Just waiting to hear from some. We had a meeting just the other night, and it was just a confirmation waiting to come on. We will have 16 teams in the tournament.
Good to hear, and this has been Grant Vaughn joining me here on Cubs Hockey, chatting about the upcoming Hockey Hounds tournament, which is always a great event, so get out there and support the Hockey Hounds, and we'll be back with some third period action in a few moments. I'm Brady Malsbury, and you're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. the Kinplex. I'm Brendan Ellsbury, and you're listening to Cubs Hockey on Ustream. All made possible from our great sponsors from the Beefeater, Autos Are Less, where you can win a trip to Las Vegas if you just fill out the entry form in the Cubs program, and Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win a 2-night accommodation. Checking out some scores in the Western Hockey League, the Medicine Hat Tigers losing 6-3 tonight in Brandon, but we are ready to go here at the Kinplex. The Cubs head into the third with a 3-1 lead. It's Florkowski lining up, and picking it up is LaRochelle. LaRochelle shoots, and a save by Connor Slip. He's going to hang on, and the Cubs picking up where they left off in the first and second periods. Face-off now to the right of goaltender Connor Slip. Florkowski loses the draw. It's number 24, Clinton Armitage, shipping it out of his own zone, but the Cubs keeping it in. It's LaRochelle. He's hit almost from behind by a Colts player. The Cubs still buzzing here in the second. Poldermacher winding up, and his stick absolutely explodes. Shot from behind the net, and Florkowski tickles the twine, and the Cubs go up 4-1. And kind of a strange play there, Rob. Poldermacher's stick absolutely exploded and kind of fooled everyone, and then all of a sudden, Cody Florkowski was left wide open, and all he had to do was just tap it in.
Tell you what, Brady, I never even saw the goal. I was wondering where that stick was going. It flew right to the rafters.
That's where I was looking as well, and then all of a sudden, Cody Florkowski finding the back of the net, and that will be Cody's fourth goal of the season.
Scored by number 10, Cody Florkowski. Assist by number 13, Dave LaRochelle. And number 5, Raymond Poldermacher.
Still with Florkowski, credit for the goal, obviously. The assist going to Gabe LaRochelle, and number 5 for the Medicine Hat Cubs, Ray Poldermacher, who's going to have to get himself a new twig. Cubs lead 4-1. Face off now to the left of Cole Schaefer. But Mountainview wins it, and it's Wagner with the big shot. But Schaefer standing tall once again here tonight. The Cubs clear the zone. It's not going to be icing, the linesman says, so chasing after it is Kevin Vandenhoven. But he has Cole Stevenson on him. Drops it off for Sean McGuire. McGuire behind the net. He has Stahl out front. And now it's Stahl shooting, and Slip makes the save. Sadler shoots, it's broken up. But Colts number 15, Jason Edwards, in across the line. Cross ice, looking to go across ice, but it's broken up by Kyle Grant. The Colts keep it in. Schaefer gets a piece of it and steers it into the corner. Puck now behind the Cubs net. Chasing after it is Kyle Grant. Had a player try to take a run at him, but was able to get away. Colts with the puck. They chip it down. Schaefer comes out of his net to set it up. Backhands it. Picking it up is number 28, Mitch Heller. But the Colts do a good job throwing it back into Cubs territory. It's Kyle Grant with some speed. Mitch Miller deflects it into Colts territory. And it's Nicholas Mullich with the puck. The Cubs losing control once again. Skating in now is Kevin Vandenhoven, I believe. Or actually, Rick Gundlach. He's hauled down. The Cubs with the puck. And now with the biscuit, Tyler Goldad. He's got a man out front, looking for Harold Goldad with the puck in the corner. Gonna come in the center. Slip makes the save and steers it into the corner. The Cubs with a lot of energy here in the third period. It's Fury firing, but it's broken up by a Mountain View Colts player, number 9, Lucas Fraser. Puck's going to go all the way down the ice, and that will be good enough for icing. The Cubs leading now 4-1 with 17:08 left in the third period, and they have to be happy about their start to this frame.
Especially Braden getting that first goal in the third period after the Mountain View Colts got a late one at the end of the second. Kind of takes the steam out of the Colts.
Yes, for sure. dancing on is Bernhardt, but the Colts do a great job playing some great defense. Kyle Florkowski centering. He still has the puck, throws it back behind the Colts net. Chasing after it was Dorian Bernhardt. And Anderson's going to chip it off the glass, but Kyle Grant throws it right back into the Colts zone. Slips, sets it up behind his net. The Colts with some is clearing the zone, and the Cubs with a decent scoring chance there as Florkowski was at the side of the net. Colts now out of their own zone. But good pressure by the Cubs, and it appears that they are going to draw themselves a penalty, or a power play opportunity here, rather. And it appears the Colts going to be going to work on the penalty kill once again tonight. And Clinton Armitage finds himself in the unbeaten 2-minute tripping penalty. So the Cubs can really put the nail in the coffin if they can capitalize on this power play opportunity, Rob. Here's Florkowski now. Loses the draw. It's Van. Throws it. It's broken up by Kyle Grant. The Cubs with a lot of pressure here on the power play. Pulvermacher, who has a new stick. He flipped it over to Gabe LaRochelle. LaRochelle, half wall, looking for a pass. Behind the net, I believe that's Keegan Bartram. Finds LaRochelle. LaRochelle, cross ice to Bartram, but he was not able to tuck it home. Keegan Bartram now with the puck behind the Colts net. Buck 20 left in this power play. Bartram ships it off to Cody Florkowski. Florkowski spins. Back to Bartram. Bartram now at the half wall. Back to the point for Grant. Over to Bartram, who looked for Florkowski, but he's not able to pick up the pass. Pulvermacher. He throws it into Cubs territory, and Bartram fires. It's broken up. Another shot at the net, chasing after Cody Florkowski with the puck to captain. Cross ice for Pulvermacher, but he just misses by mere inches. Pulvermacher behind the net to LaRochelle. LaRochelle has some pressure from the Colts, but Grant is not able to keep it in. It's called great play by Cody Florkowski to break it up with his stick. Back the other way, it's Gabe LaRochelle. LaRochelle stops, fires, misses the net with 28 seconds left in the man advantage. Cubs, a lot of positives to take out of this man advantage. A number of great scoring opportunities. It's Austin Gallipo, the big guy, starting out of his own zone. Gallipo throws it up, was looking for Brandon Sully, shoots after it, but that is going to be icing, and boy, oh boy, the Cubs with a lot of energy here in the third.
Yeah, Brendan, what I see there is, or Braden, what I see there is a lot of possession time in Mountain View's end for that part of the power play, so hopefully they can learn and work on that.
So many quality scoring opportunities. A face-off to the left of Cole Schaefer. Puck now in the neutral ice area, chasing after it is Cole Stevenson. Stevenson cuts in front, and a by slip. Stevenson had a man on him, but another great scoring chance on the man advantage. Actually, the power play has just expired. Here's Gallipo electing to throw it into Mountain View territory. The Colts trying to get something going here in the third period, but it's broken up by McGuire. And now it's chasing after it, but the Colts doing a good job of keeping calm, and big number 6 Dennis Lawrence with a shot on net. Schaefer deflected it into the corner. It's Tyson Schmidt, but it's broken up by Austin Gallipo. Gallipo by himself, he's got fury. But it's number 5 Rick Gundlach denying the Cubs of that scoring chance. At Redfield's an arm in the arm. The Colts are down across the line. Schaefer making a save. But it appears the Cubs going to go to the penalty box. A 2-minute tripping penalty going to be going to Austin Gallipo, I believe. And he is making a case right now that that is not a penalty, but the referee does not agree with him, so the Mountain View Colts going to be going to work right now in the power play. Cubs still lead 4-1. Wagner throws it over to Vandenhoven, who wires one, but hits a shin pad and goes in the corner. A 2-1. And Heller, Ben Fury, he's got Heller. Fury, fancy moves, but he's not able to get around three Colt defenders. Pulvermacher chasing after it in his own zone. Schaefer chips it off the glass. The goaltender came out of his net to play it. Heller throws it off the bounds, and Big Ben Fury chasing after it. He's going to beat Wagner to the puck. Looking crazy for Cole Stevenson, but nothing was doing there. Great job on the penalty kill by the Medicine Hat Cubs to actually get a decent scoring opportunity in Colts territory. It's Vandenhoven pinching, broken up by the Cubs just outside of the blue line, and they got all the way around the ice to kill some time. Only 57 seconds left in the Mountain View Colts man advantage. The Colts starting out of their own zone. Colton Anderson with some speed at center. Broken up by Cody Florkowski. Anderson collects the puck again. Ships it off for Ryan Klink. Klink working on the half wall. Comes out with the puck. Klink has a pass available. Goes cross ice. 30 seconds left in the Colts power play. Here's Armitage winding up, and Nicole Schaefer makes the easy stop with 25 seconds left in the power play for the Mountain View Colts. 11:49 here in the third, and the Cubs just have to keep doing what they're doing to skate out of here with a big W today.
Yes, for sure. Cole definitely made that save look awful easy.
As he normally does here at the Kinplex, the Cubs trying to kill off this man advantage. Armitage keeping it in. Dishes to the half wall for Evan Thompson. Thompson back to the point for the captain, Braden Anderson. And here's Evan Thompson back to the half wall for Colton Anderson. Started out by Armitage, but it sails wide. Cubs penalty kill has come to a close because the Cubs player, Galpo, back on the ice. The Cubs still having some problems clearing the zone. It's Florkowski. Kyle Florkowski hit hard by Colton Anderson. Some pushing and shoving along the boards. Pulvermacher trying to get in there and break it all up. The Cubs trying to get a handle on things, but the Colts with some pressure. The captain, Anderson, running it, but it hits a shin pad. Pulvermacher in the corner now has some pressure from Klink. Puck into the slot, but the Cubs finally able to clear it out of harm's way. Some tired legs. Cubs going to be making a wholesale change with 10:31 left here in this hockey game. 4-1 Cubs. Schaefer comes out of his net. He's going to set it up for Ray Pulvermacher. Pulvermacher, the assistant captain, up to the speedy Cody Florkowski. Florkowski winding up, and that was a howitzer, but missed by a couple of feet, so the puck sails all the way back down into Cubs territory. And it appears some confusion on the ice right now as to where the face-off is actually going to be taking place.
You see when Cody winds up for that slap shot, he's got to have one of the hardest shots in the league, I'm sure.
It was a bullet. I don't think Connor Slip even had a chance to blink to see it. So the officials actually had the face-off at center ice. And the Colts starting out of their own zone out the neutral ice area. They chip it down. Chasing after it was number 12, Josh Hammer, but the Cubs want to clear the zone. Hammer fighting with Florkowski. Florkowski tried to get out of harm's way, but it's the Colts maintaining the pressure so far. Here's La Rochelle with the puck. He loses it. Florkowski picks it up. Bartram. And that is going to be offside with 9:35 left here in the third period. Cubs still up 4-1. They lead the shot department 26-19 right now. And we should mention this broadcast is always available on the Cubs website. They have a link to Ustream, and it's made possible by the Beefeater Steakhouse, Autos Are Less, and the Medicine Hat Lodge. Stahl now taking the face-off. Cubs picking up the puck. It's number 19, Tanner Barton. But the Colts now in the Cubs territory. A lot of pressure there from Mountain View, and puck goes back into the Mountain View zone. Chasing after it is Nicholas Milich. Milich loses the puck to number 6, Sean McGuire. And now the Colts starting out of their own zone. Jason Edwards. Over to Cody Krebs. And the Cubs trying to get it out of their own zone, but Sean McGuire elects to ice the puck, and that means we will have a whistle. But I think the Cubs just wanted to get some fresh legs out on the ice, as those guys had, been out there for quite some time.
Actually, the play has kind of slowed down a little bit here in this period, Braden. It was pretty fast first and second period. This seems to be a little slower.
Yes, certainly. Whistles, a few penalties to tell you about. Schaefer making the stop. And boy, oh boy, flurry of activity in front of Schaefer. And it's Rick Gundlach was there. He got a shot away, and then some pushing and shoving, some extracurriculars, and not sure if any penalties are going to come of this, but don't think there is going to be any penalties handed out. So we will have a face-off to the blocker side of Cole Schaefer. Lining up is Marshall and Rick Gundlach for the Colts. The Cubs picked it up, but Wagner holds it in at the point. Wagner, he found number 9, Fraser, who fired and missed the net. The Cubs trying to keep it in, get out of their own zone rather. And Colby Sadler touches the puck, and that means there's the whistle on the play there. And the Cubs going to be going back to the penalty box. Appears Kyle Fortowski is the culprit. I believe that was a tripping penalty, so once again, the Cubs penalty kill unit will get to work. And they'll want to kill off this because the Colts have had a lot of pressure here in the last few minutes. Colts now with the puck at the neutral ice area. It's Ryan Plank. Cross ice to Colton Anderson. It's broken up. Barton throws it. Had some problems controlling it. Didn't know where it was. Colts now with some pressure because Colton Anderson, the always speedy Colton Anderson, comes down to Cubs territory. Schaefer throws it on along the half wall. Gallipo pins his man up against the wall. And the Cubs not able to clear the zone. Wagner keeping it in at the Cubs blue line. Wagner electing to throw over to Evan Thompson. Thompson behind the net fighting with a Cubs player, Barton. The Colts with some pressure, but the Cubs able to get it all the way down to Mountain View territory with 54 seconds remaining in the penalty for the Medicine Hat Cubs. The Colts breaking out of their own zone. Number 15, Jason Edwards with the puck. It's broken up. Keegan Bartram, a nice job of getting into Colts territory. Kill some more time off the penalty. The captain, Brandon Anderson, with some speed into Cubs territory, and he has Cody Krebs. It's back to the point for Schmidt. Schmidt looking for him, but he sails it wide of the Cubs net. Keeping it in is Clinton Armitage. He throws it up to Krebs. Krebs dishes it off. Here's Anderson, shoots, and Schaefer is there to make the stop. Some pushing and shoving in front of Cole Schaefer and Cody Krebs. I believe that was Colby Sadler, who we understand is playing with a bit of an injury, but it looks like he's playing fine here tonight this evening. So only 7 seconds left in the Cubs penalty kill, and this would just be huge if they could kill it off.
Absolutely. In a 4-1 hockey game, you don't want to give them the opportunity on power plays.
About 6:30 left here in this third period. Cubs leading 4-1, and of course you're listening to Cubs hockey, available on Ustream. The Colts trying to get something going here, trying to get a goal to get themselves back in this game. It's Ray Pulvermacher, the veteran, starting out of his own zone. But he turns it over, and it's Josh Hammer shooting. Some trouble in front of the Cubs net. Milich with the shot. Schaefer's going to hang on, and once again, more words being exchanged tonight here at the Kinplex between these two teams. And it doesn't really appear that they like each other.
I was going to say, it seems like in front of Cole there's a drawing card. They're all grouping up together, so I don't think they're going to go for coffee after the game.
No, absolutely not. But we're going to have a face-off to the blocker side of goaltender Cole Schaefer. Schaefer spent some time with the Melville Millionaires, but now he's back with the Cubs. La Rochelle starting out of his own zone. Back into Cubs territory. Schaefer rings it off the glass. Keeping it in was Rick Gundlach, who's centered. La Rochelle fighting for possession, but it's Lucas Fraser. Goes back to the point. Gundlach winds up. Schaefer doesn't know where the puck is. Now it's behind the net. The Colts fail to keep it in. La Rochelle 2-1. Let's go Bertram. La Rochelle stops. Broken. And he was after the play, and he had Keegan Bartram open, but they were not able to get anything going there. Gundlach now hard into Cubs territory. It's the Cubs with the puck. Things are getting testy here at the Kinplex. Number 9, Lucas Fraser loses it to La Rochelle. La Rochelle playing with Florkowski with a late hit, and he was giving Lucas Fraser the business. And now it's Schaefer out of his net to play it up. He throws it all the way to center. Number 4, Tom Vandenhoven flips it down. Schaefer is not able to make the catch. The Cubs coming out of their own zone. Pulvermaker, and he falls 15 by a slip. And Stahl was in all alone, but he was not able to get the goal because Slip got the pad down. And once again, not really surprising, Cody Florkowski out there voicing his concerns with the Mountain View Colts.
That's funny. Every time Cody does a hit there, he kind of says something to him. I don't know. Maybe he's just asking if they're okay, but I don't think so.
And now it appears Florkowski going to be enjoying some time in the penalty box along with number 22 Colton Anderson, so that could work to the Cubs' advantage because from what we've seen from Anderson tonight, he's a speedy guy with a lot of great playmaking abilities. Still trying to sort things out here with 4:25 left here in the third and final frame. A lot of confusion on the ice. The referee's going to have a little chat with the Mountain View Colts because I'm thinking that their coaching staff is thinking that maybe they should be up on the man advantage.
I think they probably think Cody should have got a double there or something, but looks like it's going to be even up here.
And that appears that is going to be the case, no doubt about it. And still trying to figure out what's going on. Some confusion still at the Colts bench. I don't think they like now.
Unless we're doing a penalty shot.
Yeah, now.
What do we got here at center ice?
Now it appears there is a penalty shot. It will be Brandon Stahl going in. Stahl one-on-one with Slip. Stahl. He goes to the back and he just misses. Connor Slip kind of fooled him, got the stick back. But Stahl was not too pleased after he missed that penalty shot.
Oh, he took Slip for a big deke, had a wide open net, casually, just hit the post, didn't go in.
And Connor Slip going to be thanking his post there after that one. Cubs win the draw. And now we're getting those penalty calls, both roughing after the whistle, going to Cody Florkowski and Colton Anderson for the Mountain View Colts. Colts with the puck now. The neutral ice area. Jason Edwards ships it down, chasing after it. It's Colby Sadler who takes a hit. It's Edwards. Back to the point for Vandenhoven who shoots, and Schaefer's out. Pulvermaker doing some pushing and shoving. And it looks like we got some gloves off. Pulvermaker wants to go, but the officials are not going to let it happen. Can't quite see who the Colts player was. Krebs. And I don't think Pulvermacher was too pleased with how Krebs went hard to the net.
Definitely Raymond was protecting his goaltender on that one, and
now
19 and 5 are both going to the penalty box.
Now the parade to the penalty box continuing, but I believe this will still be just some 5-on-5 action. I believe maybe some 4-on-4, but appears 5-on-5. And we're going to have a face-off just outside of Cubs territory. The Cubs leading this game 4-1, and now it appears these Mountain View Colts, they're getting pretty riled up.
They are, that's for sure. Shots pretty equal in this period so far, 8-7.
So we have ourselves some 5-on-5 action, and it appears Josh Marshall in the penalty box. So not quite sure if he's, serving an extra penalty somewhere the Cubs picked up. And yes, a 4-minute penalty going to Ray Pulvermacher. So now we will see some...
Now it looks like it's taken off.
Now it's taken off. Some confusion here at the Kinplex. We'll get it all sorted out for you. Now it looks like 5-on-4. It should be 5-on-4, I'm guessing, for the Colts.
Yeah,
and that is the case.
2 minutes up.
Marshall in the box. The Colts on the power play. Keeping it in was Armitage. Armitage throws it deep for Jason Edwards. Edwards back to the point for Anderson. Anderson winds up. Sails one. And there was Smith there, but Schaefer coming up big. Anderson. Anderson with the puck now, dishes it off to number 11, Schmidt. Schmidt back to Anderson, shoots, and boy, oh boy, Cole Schaefer coming up the right side as he had Evan Thompson right on his doorstep, and Cole Schaefer standing on his head once again, and he has already made 24 saves this hockey game. Face off to the right of Schaefer, keeping it in was Armitage. The Colts trying to get something going, get some confidence here, and try and make a run at it here in the third to tie this game up. They still trail by 3. Puck comes all the way down to the Colts territory, rather. And it's Brandon Anderson, the captain for this Mountain View Colts squad, and dishes it off to Evan Thompson. Thompson in across the line, but he is hit by Colby Sadler. The Colts keep it in. Clinton Armitage. Behind the net now is the Mountain View Colts, and it was Klink with the shot, but Cole Schaefer once again with the stop. 42 seconds left in the Marshall penalty, and it's pretty crowded in the Cubs penalty box.
It is. Another thing, Braden, too, is Schaefer's making that stop, and there isn't any rebounds coming out. He's covering them up.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do to be a good goaltender in this league. About 2:30 left here in the third period. 35 seconds left on the Colts man advantage. Colts with the puck, keeping it in, is Vandenhoven. Throws it to the half wall, back to Vandenhoven, skips over his stick, and that will almost do it for the Marshall penalty. Here's Vandenhoven. Sutherland now found Klink, but they cannot get anything going there. Colts now. There's only 2 seconds left in the Marshall penalty, and that is going to do it for the man advantage as the puck sails out of glass and into the netting. So the Cubs escaping that interesting penalty there, and we'll have a face-off now deep in Cubs territory. So with 1:55 left in the third period, things are looking good for the Medicine Hat Cubs, back to 5-on-5. Pulvermacher, of course, still in the box for the Cubs. It's Sadler fighting for control. He loses it. Puck goes back to the point for Wagner, but they go to center. The Colts ship it down. Schaefer out of his net to set it up for number 4, Colby Sadler. Sadler off the glass. He was looking for McGuire. McGuire now with the puck. He finds Bernhardt. Bernhardt. He has McGuire. Bernhardt throws it into the corner. McGuire, Sean McGuire, back to the point for La Rochelle. Looking for a goal there, but it skipped over his stick. Cubs just trying to skate out of here with a W. La Rochelle, and he just misses. And keeping it in at the point is Barton. Barton shooting, and Slit made a save. But it's the Colts almost with a 2-on-1, 1 minute left here in the third and final frame. The Cubs leading by a count of 4-1. The Cubs going to start out of their own zone. Barton, he's hammered hard. And now it's the Cubs. Number 24, Kyler Goldade, shooting, Slip making the stop. Goldade was just searching for his second goal of the night. And with the Cubs at 4-1 with 33.2 seconds left in this hockey game, that is pretty much going to do it for them this evening.
Well, it's definitely been a good hockey game and really close. Shots on goal, 28-26, favor the Cubs. So it's been a good game to watch.
Absolutely. We'll see if any extracurriculars happen here because these two teams not too pleased with each other so far tonight. Colts back into Cubs territory. It was Gunlock with the shot. Schaefer making the stop. The Cubs battling for possession deep in their territory with 10 seconds left in this hockey game, folks. It's now number 22, Kyle Forkowski, rings it around. And the I believe it was number 20, Evan Thompson. Some rules changed, but it doesn't matter because the Cubs skating away with a 4-1 victory. So they improved to 5-4 on the campaign, and they have to be happy about their effort tonight.
I would think so. Now they got a short rest because they're going to be back at this tomorrow afternoon. I think game time 2 p.m. against High River, so they can enjoy this evening, but got to get right back at her again tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely, as these two teams time now for the player of the game, and I believe it is going towards number 10.
Actually, I think they announced number 7, Grant.
Oh.
Is who he announced, so Cody's maybe just picking it up for him.
All right, so Grant, the player of the game here for the Medicine Hat Cubs. So now for the scoring summary. It all started in the first period when Gabe LaRochelle tallied and Austin Gallipo and Kyle Forkowski assisting on that, and that gave the Cubs a 1-0 lead. 6:57 into the first period. A bit later, the late stages of the first, it was Kyler Goldade finding the back of the net. Grant with an assist on that, and that made it 2-0 Cubs. Now after the first period, the Cubs were out shooting Mountainview 8-7, and in the second, the Cubs picked up right where they left off, and it was number 7 Grant finding the back of the net. That made it 3-0. And then a bit later, late stages of that second period, it was Mountain View getting on the board, courtesy of number 9, Lucas Fraser. And that made it 3-1 for the Medicine Hat Cubs heading into the third frame. 20-15 were the shots after 40, and in the third period, only one goal to tell you about. It came courtesy of Cody Florkowski, the captain, picking up his 4th goal of the season, and that made it 4-1, and that was your final score. The Cubs improving to 5-4 on the season with the victory here tonight at the Kinplex versus the Mountain View Colts, and the Cubs will probably have to head to bed here very soon because 2:30 p.m. the High River Flyers are in town and should be another great matchup. And this has been another broadcast, of course, brought to you by our great sponsors over at the Beefeater Steakhouse. Autos Are Less, where you can come and try and win a trip to Las Vegas if you're here at the Cubs game. Just pick up a program and fill out the ballot. And also Medicine Hat Lodge, where you can win 2 nights accommodation just fill out that form, and maybe you can spend some quality time at the Medicine Hat Lodge. Once again, the Cubs skating away with the 4-1 victory here tonight, so they improved to 5-4. I'm Brandon Mullsbury, and joining me in the broadcast booth tonight was Rob Church. It was a pleasure having you aboard, and we'll see if maybe after this game we can catch up with head coach Jason Bartram. But as of right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we may be back soon. Back here at the Kinplex, I'm Brandon Mullsbury, and we're going to kind of take a tour around the Western Hockey League now, tell you what was going on this evening in the dub. The Medicine Hat Tigers were in action in Brandon taking on the Wheat Kings, and it was the Wheaties skating away with a 6-3 victory, the Tigers' second regulation loss of the season. The Kootenay Ice dumping the Edmonton Oil Kings 4-3, and it was the Lethbridge Hurricanes beating the Saskatoon Blades 8-5 in what was a very high-scoring affair, and the Regina Pats doubling up the Moose Jaw Warriors 4-2. The Calgary Hitmen got the better of the Red Deer Rebels 5-2 in the third period. The Everett Silvertips leading the Kamloops Blazers 1-0. Third just getting underway in Kelowna, where the Rockets are beating the Prince George Cougars 3-2. And the Seattle Thunderbirds up on the Swift Current Broncos 4-2 down in Washington. And Victoria is up on Spokane right now 2-1. And the Portland Winterhawks, after 40 minutes of play, beating the Tri-City Americans by a count, or leading the Tri-City Americans by a count of 5-1. And now we are joined by a very special guest in the broadcast booth here, Jason Bartram, the head coach of the Cubs. And Jason, I just want to let you know you're probably happy about this. The Brandon Wheat Kings beating the Tigers tonight. So I know you hail from that neck of the woods.
I'm a Manitoba guy. I think I haven't been able to follow it too much lately with being busy myself. But Tigers got a real good team. They've had a great start to the season, and Brandon must have played good tonight.
Yes, they did. And Jason, talking about tonight's game here at the Kinplex, you guys were able to skate away with the big 4-1 victory, and it seemed like right from the start, everyone was going, everyone was buzzing out there.
I thought we played with a lot of energy. I thought our guys needed a good start. Past few games, we've kind of sat back and allowed the opposition to determine how the game was going to be played, and I thought today that our guys did a great job with from the drop of the puck, getting an early one, and every period we started real good, so we're real proud of them.
And I noticed it was kind of a chippy affair at times. That was sort of the case last time in Didsbury when these two clubs met up, correct?
Yeah, I think when you got a good skating team, we're a very good skating team. Physical strength, there's a lot of teams that have a lot more older players than we do, so they can bully you, I guess, in that aspect. But you know what? We skate and we wear these teams down, and eventually they have to resort to that style of play, trying to get us out of our comfort zone and into a bloodbath. And I thought our guys did a great job keeping our heads in it.
And just talk about the play of your goaltender, Cole Schaefer, tonight. He was great once again.
Yeah, he's been good. all year, and tonight he made a lot of good saves. I thought there was a lot of shots that he had great rebound control, and he didn't give those guys any opportunities down low. So yeah, he's a fantastic game. He's a big part of our team and a reason why we've been winning some games.
And tomorrow you guys obviously want to continue winning some games, taking on the High River Flyers. Not a lot of rest for you guys, but what are you expecting from that High River club?
Well, we were 3-3 with them up there, and we got into some penalty trouble and gave them a couple 5-on-3s in the third period, and they opened it up. Very good team, good skating team. They got some good goal scorers. Again, it'll be much like this. We'll have to come out and have a good start. I think our guys right now are carrying a lot of positives over into tomorrow. So hopefully we're a little banged up. We got some bruises and stuff. So hopefully we can go home, get some rest tonight, and be back here ready to go.
All right, Jason. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you joining me here tonight, and good luck tomorrow.
Excellent. Thanks, Barry.
All right, and that was Jason Bartram, and I'm Brady Malsbury. And of course, this has been another Cubs hockey webcast on Ustream, brought to you by, of course, our major sponsors, the Beefeater Steakhouse, Autos R Less, and the Medicine Hat Lodge. And I'm Brady Malsbury, and we will see you back here tomorrow when the Cubs take on the High River Flyers.